Tonight on The Bachelorette, Dale. You know, tons of reality shows love to have theme weeks, and it was great for The Bachelorette to pick up on that and have an entire Dale themed week for us. All three dates, everybody just wanted to talk about was Dale. You know, we have that first date, and I thought it was interesting because it seemed like she kind of oh, well, wait a minute. Let's back up. Let's get to the Yosef first. Have the cocktail party, and we were waiting for the Yosef explosion from last week. And of course, we open up with that now. And you think that you set a bad example for your daughter if you would have had to be involved in strip dodgeball, and then you'll go like 1 hour in your life later, sit down with a woman and treat her like that. Pathetic, Yosef, absolutely pathetic. And you are a disgrace to yourself and your family after your performance on this show. And good riddance. And you know what? I am shocked that Clare sat there and listened to him for as long as she did. And, she sat and listened and listened and listened. And then finally she wants to get a word in. And he's like, no, I'm not finished yet. Yeah, get out of here, buddy. You're a waste of space on our TV screens. You are a waste of a slot from another deserving person on this franchise. And, I hope we never see or hear from you ever again. So you're deleted, Yosef. You're done. All right, on to the rest of our show. So we have our first group date, and it really felt like it was all the kind of front runner guys all on this one date together, which I thought was going to be pretty interesting. And then Dale happened. Dale and Clare run away. They make out for like an hour. Finally, someone comes and interrupts them. And at this point, everybody's already kind of pissed at Dale. They're not happy with the situation. And then we cut to that shot of Clare talking to the producer, and Claire's like, yeah, let's try to hurry up through the rest of this night. Just absolutely hilarious. And poor Dale having to hide his what was going on downstairs. That was kind of amusing. He was a little teenager who needed the little lap pillow to hide his what's going on in his pants. It was kind of amusing to me when after he interrupted Jay and got a little more Clare time. And by Clare time, we're just talking exclusive makeout sessions. And I think it was Chasen came in afterwards, and Dale had to shuffle out of the room with his back to the camera, slink out of the door because he did not want to get caught on camera with an erection. Kind of hilarious. But we went from this group of all the favorites to all of a sudden I think it was all seven of those guys, they're just in the background, and this show was firmly and exclusively about Dale. Wake up the next morning, it's time for Claire's one-on-one with Zach J. And she starts this awkward pedicure with Zach J. And Claire's just thinking about one man, and that's not Zach J, it's Dale. We finish the pedicure, we end up with a little time in the pool, and then we have that just terrible moment with the botched kiss. Claire kind of went in for a kiss. Zach, he kind of pulled back a little bit. It was one of those awkward things where Claire's standing higher than him. He tilts his head back, and from her point of view, it seems like he's pulling away. And then from there, she turns to walk away. And what does he do? Latches out with that hand, grabs on her neck, trying to pull her back in, then follows her out of the pool and grabs her again by the neck, trying to pull her in for the kiss. And no, that's no bueno. It's fine. You want to have your hand on someone's head, neck during a kiss, great. But make sure that person actually wants to kiss you. There's no just yanking somebody in for a kiss like that, especially when they do not want to be a participant. And unsurprisingly, there's no second half to that date. Zach's done. He's gone, sent packing. Didn't even get a goodbye from Clare. She sent Chris Harrison out to do the dirty work for her. All right. Now we've got one last group date. Dale's not even going to be on the group date, so surely we're not just going to exclusively talk about Dale on this date, right? Nope, wrong. We go to the Bachelor roast, and every one of these guys, being as clueless as they possibly could be, decide, hey, let's all just roast Dale. Let's all roast the one guy that Clare has shown the most interest in. And even the guys sitting in the audience who could see Clare, how could they not look at her and see like she's not having it? She's not thinking this is funny, and they're all slapping their knees, broing out, having this great time as Dale gets roasted. And Clare was clearly not having it. Even we see afterwards, she walks away. She keeps repeating like that wasn't funny. It wasn't funny. And then we get to the second half of the date, and she starts grilling all these guys on Dale. So like, what did you mean? What were you saying about Dale? And they're like, the best they could come up with was that Dale said he was best suited for Clare. And then Clare like tries to get them to extrapolate that on. Every single guy had nothing. This is a case pure jealousy. Maybe on Dale's group date, he put his foot in his mouth a little bit when he was talking to the guys. Nothing egregious or anything. He had that weird line about, I was confused, I was lost, walked into a room with Clare and Jay, and then just stole some more time. And the guys weren't buying that. They weren't liking it. And that's about it. To condemn someone as a person, as a character for a moment like that, a little silly. And at this point, like it's end times. Clare's season wrapping up most likely next week based on what we got out of the previews. Seemed like there's no dates planned for next week. We've got the sit down between Clare and Chris Harrison that basically makes it seem like she's made her decision, that she just wants to go on with Dale, and that is that. We even got to see the Fast Times at Ridgemont High shot of Tayshia Adams climbing out of the pool in her red bikini. Very, very classic shot, and a kind of cool way to introduce for sure that Tayshia is going to have something big to do with the second half of our season. As we come to the end here, I'm very interested to see how we transition into a new Bachelorette. Which of the guys aren't going to be part of this anymore. You could see a guy like Chasen who was really starting to boil over, take things over the edge there at the end. Someone like Yosef, you don't want him ever around ever again. Even someone like Zach J, who really had that uncomfortable moment with Clare. Like, those guys probably aren't going to be part of the second half. I would assume we're going to get to see some guys who either one went home on night one, or were potentially in that original cast that maybe even possibly went through that original quarantine but did not get picked, all come back. I don't know if we'll see any entirely new faces, but my guess is that in terms of Tayshia's cast, we are going to stick to guys that were already sort of vetted and picked for the Clare season. It's going to be very interesting, and it sounds like we're going to get some major fireworks next week. So I'm 100% looking forward to that. And I think I'm starting to get even more excited for Tayshia's season than the finish of Clare's here. So yeah, lots to look forward to, lots more coming in the next few weeks, and yeah, I'm very excited. So as always, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, we'll see you later.